Welcome to the London International Wine Fair 2013 at Excel. My name's Chris Powell and we're here today with Simon Mason from the Wine Society. And Simon, can you tell us a bit about what you do with the Wine Society and what the Wine Society does?
Absolutely, yes. Well, I'm the Tasting and Events Manager for the Wine Society, and so I organise and manage the team which basically run about 110, 120 tasting events throughout the course of any year. Obviously, being a sort of a direct sales company operating via mail order and by the internet, it's difficult for many of our members to actually get to taste the wines and also meet the people behind the Wine Society.
Yeah.
And so we operate a programme throughout the UK and a variety of styles of tastings and events, be it very relaxed, informal walk-around tastings, a bit more of a structured tutor tasting, and also a series of wine dinners as well, whereby we take over a restaurant and we get the chef to put together a menu which complements the wines. And where possible, we really try and get the producers themselves involved as well. We find that the members absolutely love that direct contact with the people who are making their wines.
Yeah, you can't beat it.
No, indeed.
And these wine events, the walk-around tastings, how many customers would you get attending those events, or do they vary?
They vary. I mean, I would have to say they always sell out, so they prove very popular. And we're looking for anything from 100 people up to 250, 300 people. This Sunday we just held our hopefully what will become our annual wine fair back at Stevenage. We had over 530 members attending that one, 96 wines on tasting, and over 30 producers themselves on show. So it was a fantastic day out, and again, went down very well with the members. Very popular. We find where possible we like to keep things quite relaxed and informal. Whilst we operate the slightly more structured tutor tastings, we do find that the walk-around format actually works very well for us and allows a bit more of a kind of a relaxed atmosphere, whereby if members are interested in finding out more, we can talk to them obviously about the wines, but there's no obligation, no pressure to actually feel like you need to know an awful lot about wine before you come along.
How do people find out about the Wine Society? Have you got a pretty stable membership base, or is it growing? And if so, where the people that are joining the Wine Society, how do they normally find out about the...
We're very fortunate actually. We do have a growing membership at the moment. We've got about 115,000 active members at the moment, which is growing year on year. And until fairly recently, it's grown very much by word of mouth. We have a very good reputation for the quality of our wines and also for the service that we offer members. And fortunately, our existing members are very good brand advocates for us and are happy to pass on the message. But we also, word of mouth, exactly. But we do have a sort of PR program as well. It's always great to see our wines featured in the newspapers, and we do attend a number of consumer events as well to make sure that everybody does find out about us.
Great.
So yeah, we're absolutely.
And a lot of tweeting, well. I know.
There's a lot of tweeting. My colleague Ewan is a very avid tweeter, certainly. So there's a lot of interaction that way as well, which we find quite good.
Can I just ask one final question? If you were to give advice to, or how do you think the UK wine trade could better engage and educate the consumers out there? Is there anything they could do better that they're not doing?
There's much. I mean, I think the first thing, obviously, is that it's very difficult to have a message about engaging the consumer when the conversation is all about price. And whilst there are many people focusing on the quality of the product and so on, the price is still the overriding message of the wine, and you really cannot encourage people to engage with something around that price message. So we're moving away from the price message and talking about the provenance of the wines, the passion for the people and the passion for the product, I think, is where it's all about in terms of actually getting people on board. There's lots of younger people becoming very enthused about food, lots of exciting new restaurant developments and food developments. The wine world really needs to capture some of that enthusiasm by telling people about the people behind the wine, the characters that there are within the trade, and the stories behind it. At the Wine Society, we're very fortunate that many of our members are already in that kind of mentality, and so we can actually offer them that kind of service. But the trade at large, I think, really needs to get the growers talking to the end consumers at the end of the day, is the way to do it. And in quite a relaxed fashion as well. I mean, there are still lots of people who find the idea of a wine tasting quite intimidating, and think you need to wear a suit, or you need to know a lot about wine, or you're going to ask lots of awkward questions about it, rather than actually it's a leisure activity. It should be fun, relaxed, enjoyable, and everyone should get something enjoyable out of it at the end of the day.